I would like to welcome y'all back to another episode of the GTR podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Payton, and I'm with my co-host, Alex here. Look at my boy,
What's up?
Alex. What's
What's
up?
up? Hopefully, this is the last episode where I'm using fucking an AirPod mic.
It's cool, bro. They
Hopefully,
respect you. They respect you.
well, yeah. I've been listening to the last couple, and like, there's parts where my audio will just like fade out for like 5 seconds, and it's
Yep.
infuriating.
Yeah. But I just want to let y'all know about this episode, bro. It's late right now
It's
because we got
fucking
because we got lives and shit like that. But we go get this one
yeah.
out. This one out is gonna be pretty simple, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
let me also just throw out there, I have to single-handedly do all the sports writing for my school and shit.
yeah.
This is insane.
He's carrying a whole load, bro. We respect him.
Carrying.
Carrying,
Pause.
carrying.
Pause.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, we're not doing this. We can
No,
do
we're
it off
not.
the pod, but not on the pod, bro. They gonna be thinking some. They gonna think of something wild, bro. Bro. But the things that we're gonna be talking about today. Alex got it writing down in his notepad because Alex is the
I
responsible one.
yeah. Um so lately there's been speculation about not speculation, talk about an in-season tournament for next season, the 2023-24 season. Um we're gonna be going through teams in each conference, saying whether or not we think that they're contenders, and if they are or aren't, what could make them a contender or what could make them fall short. Um, and stick around for the end. Um, we got a little, I don't know if it's a surprise, but because if you follow either of us on actually, but yeah, we got one little thing at the end, and then yeah, it should be pretty chill.
It's gonna be
It once
chill.
again, it's
It's
late.
like
It's been
it's
a
like.
long week. It's
Hey,
we're
you know
recording
why it's
this
gonna be
on
chill?
Friday.
It's gonna be chill because 2K came out, y'all. So y'all know we gotta.
Oh my,
Y'all know people
yeah.
gotta get them games in too. But
Oh yeah,
seriously,
absolutely.
seriously, all seriousness and all jokes aside, it's gonna be chill though. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So you want to start off with the in-season tournament since that's the smallest thing on
Yeah,
our
because
radar?
there's not too much info on it, so we can kind of gloss over it and get your opinions. So the talk is that from the start of the season until about November, there will be like a single game elimination tournament and whatnot. And then winner will get something. Don't know. A trophy or some shit. I don't know. Um, I don't know.
Mhm.
what what's your opinion on this?
So okay, um, they're trying to make it like a cup games thing, so it'll go through from what I'm reading right now. Um, the top eight teams would advance to a single elimination final. The only teams that would end up playing an extra game beyond the normal 82 game schedule will be the two teams that advance. Um, it's some prize, but we don't know the prize. For me, it just depends on like what's the value of it. Like we got the play-in tournament, which I love it. I love the play-in tournament.
Me too.
Add some incentive to players to make a jump to playoffs. Because again, we know like we all know eight seeds usually don't win playoff series and shit like that. But the lower seeds, like you have a chance to do something, make some noise, get that playoff environment and atmosphere. So I feel like the playing game is a great thing. Mid-season tournament, I don't like that. Not even mid-season, like it's damn near at the beginning of the season. So it's kind of weird. I don't really like it because what else can you like advise them to play for?
Yeah,
Um, but
I don't know. So my opinion, can I say what
yeah, go
like
ahead.
give
Go
my
ahead.
piece on? All right, I want to make sure I'm not interrupting you. Um, I'm not a massive fan of it. Like the idea is there. I'm big into soccer. Um, I ruin my I ruin my sleep schedule for it. Not ruin it, but I get up way too early on weekends. Um, And I think they're trying to go that route, mix shit up. I like it, mix stuff up. There's no reason to swear there, but they're trying to mix it up, come up with something new, and I like that part of it. And they're trying to break up like the monotony of just the regular season. The idea is there, but to have it at the beginning of the season, I feel like when we're all already really excited about the season, I feel like that's kind of pointless. Um, I feel like if you have it toward the end of the season, like in March or something, I feel like that would be better just because that's like around when we're all like, okay, we're all kind of getting burnt out and shit from the season.
Right.
It's kind of just a slog. And of course, also one thing with soccer, I tweeted about this as a reply, but still, um, in soccer, it takes a while for like a new competition or something to gain any sort of respect or value. Um, and I feel like that could end up being the case with this. It, I really don't know how to feel. It's how many extra games are going to be played,
We don't know.
and that's the thing. That's not clear yet. So, yeah, I don't hate it, but it's just something that has to be cleared up. And I just don't know about the beginning of the year too. It could be too much.
For me, it's like what else incentives can you add? If it's a money thing, sure, but like they're making a
Okay.
lot of money already, so like
Yeah. And I guess it's another thing for like networks to like invest in and show and
true.
put money into, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
I'll say let the
Um,
play-in tournament like chill for a minute. Like let us get used to it because this is our second year with it. Let us get a used to it.
no, it was a pandemic year, but
Or
it was 2019, 20. But
like
yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
It's been,
it
it's
feels
same with
rushed.
that. I feel like it could be end up being too awkward. Once again, just wait for it to clear up
Right.
and we'll get a better idea. Anyway, now let's get on to the list of teams. So we're gonna start in the Eastern Conference. Start off with so if it's not just to explain this one more time, just gonna go through teams. Do we think they're a contender? Do we think they're not? What could hold them back? What could propel them to be a contender? Kind of like what's their X factor, whatever.
Right.
Let's just start off with the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, you start here
Sweet.
because the
Um,
next team on the list is my team.
all right. The Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks, we know they're contenders because of Giannis. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton, that little core of player like them can get a championship. We've seen it already. Um, Outside of Giannis, I don't know another reason why they're coached well. Of course, they have a good coach. They play basketball well, good defense. Offense is limited, sort of, without Giannis. Like if Giannis is not doing like Giannis things on the offense, it's kind of limited in for what they can really do. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton can only do so much. Um, but what I can say about Milwaukee is they have a good they when it comes to playoff time, they have a good bench to go to if Bobby Portis is coming off the bench with the Serge Ibaka um with the backup guards they have. They have
Mm-hmm.
they got a playoff team ready. Like they got a playoff team ready. NBA Finals championship team. I don't know because the things that I can say that can hold them back is one, they all got older. Two, health is a concern at this point for the Bucks because we missed Chris Middleton last season. Drew
Mm-hmm.
Holiday is healthy, but like Drew Holiday is relatively healthy, but again, I feel like that
No,
kind of
I feel
scared me.
that is the main thing that will hold them back. That's what held them back last year. Um, but yeah, of course they're contenders in my opinion. I'm just gonna say, um, what I feel like could hold them back is not even hold them back, is their health, of course. But we've seen, of course, it's Eurobasket, whatever. But we've seen Giannis use more off ball. So, and that, which, that's what guys respect where it's due. But the Milwaukee Bucks are better than the Greek team. So, if Giannis is being used effectively on the Greek team off ball, I'm just wondering what would happen if the Bucks do it.
I didn't think
And
about
I
that.
feel like that's what's held them back because a lot of their half court offense will be stopped because Giannis isn't used off ball or struggles off ball.
Right.
Now it's shown how to use him off ball. And
I
he's
feel like
gotten
they
better
need
as
some
a
more
screener.
creators also. They need some more creators besides like Giannis is not a creator. Giannis is just Giannis. So that's already like Giannis is just
Well,
Giannis.
well, he's not a creator.
He's in his
Giannis
own
is a
tier of creating offense. That's what I mean. Like
yeah.
we all know Giannis
Drew
can create
Holiday
and stuff like that.
Drew Holiday is a better shot creator. Like he can facilitate. He's a good facilitator, but I wouldn't like outside of him.
It's nobody else. Middleton
Yeah,
is all right.
Middleton is a
He's all
shot
right.
creator.
But it's no
I don't know.
playmaking or somebody who can set the table when Drew Holiday comes off the bench. Like
Is on the bench.
right,
Which
sorry, yeah, he's on the bench.
honestly, we're nitpicking.
Right.
The Bucks are just really good.
It's because of a man named
Um.
Giannis. But next team
Oh
is the
yeah.
Celtics,
Oh,
right?
of course. Next team. Yep. Next team is the Boston Celtics.
Go ahead.
So let me start here. Of course, I'm gonna say they're a contender. And I think they are. Like, it's just a consensus. Um, the only thing I'm scared of is, well, there's a lot of things I'm scared of course, about Boston. But if we end up drop kind of doing an Atlanta Hawks, except we made the finals and not the Eastern Conference Finals. But because I feel like because not much has changed. Now, of course, we added Malcolm Brogdon, which him coming off the bench is going to be great. But other than that, really, the team that was, 4 games below 500 last year is really similar. So I feel like it's very possible for us to just be a maybe 45 win team next year and get in through the play-in and struggle. Now, I feel like the main thing that could hold us back is health always, especially with Malcolm Brogdon and freaking Gallinari tore his ACL. That's really annoying.
Robert Williams.
Robert Williams, I'm glad he's going to be able to get rest, but he has had injury issues, not just last season, but in seasons past. But really the X factor is how does Malcolm Brogdon not fit, but like how does he perform? Does he stay healthy? And what else? Is Tatum able to elevate when it comes? Is a consistency from Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
Yeah. So for me, what makes the Celtics contenders is because one, they just went to the finals. It was 2 games away
Yeah.
from NBA champs. Also, you have them two young guys over there in Tatum and Brown who are consistently getting better. They're still young too. You added the bench piece that you need in the point guard and Malcolm Brogdon. Gallinari, sadly, he is hurt, but if he was there, it'll make your bench even deeper. You still got Grant Williams, even though he struggled in the finals, he still is a good solid piece coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of rotation guys. You can go actually deep now, and you don't have to play like Peyton Pritchard because Peyton Pritchard is a
Peyton
guy who gets
Pritchard
exposed on
playing Peyton.
defense.
Yeah, my thing is playing. Oh my god, this is going to be hard to say.
Playing Peyton Pritchard.
Playing Peyton Pritchard in the playoffs. Holy shit.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, that's not happening. Um, playing Peyton Pritchard in the playoffs, I feel like is kind of a recipe for disaster. In the regular season, it's absolutely fine because you're not mismatch hunting isn't as big of a thing. In the playoffs, it is. So he's going to be able to be hunted. But yeah, as you said,
One
won't have to
thing,
worry about Pritchard
yeah.
much in the playoffs.
One thing I feel like that y'all are like the thing that can hold y'all back is the development. We need to see Tatum can get better in the mid range area. He was great at 3-point shooting, but his mid range game was damn near dog shit.
Okay, calm down. But yes,
It was bad. It was bad. Need him to see his playmaking get
considering where
better.
you want it, yeah, I want him to not be as now with Brogdon off the bench, and they're going to be playing a decent bit of overlapping minutes. I do think that he won't have as many turnovers, but he did have a turnover problem in the playoffs.
Yeah, his playmaking needs to get better. Like needs to be more decisive in what he's doing.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think
and
that'll come with more time.
right. This regular season, I want him to play more as a playmaker. So going into the playoff, he already can
Yeah,
make some of the reads. And Jaylen Brown,
yeah,
I just need your ball handling to get better. I need your ball handling
please.
to get better and some playmaking because boy, you cannot handle the ball. Respectfully, you cannot handle the ball.
Yeah,
But your scoring output is fine. I just need Browns to be a better shot creator as in
dribbler.
with the ball handling and a better
Yeah,
playmaker because
because a lot of how he creates his shots is just off his athleticism.
right.
Either it's like a blow by. Yes, he did what he did to Grayson Allen. We all loved it, but he's not really someone who creates. He creates off his athletic. One of the big ways he scores is just rising up in the mid range, and he's got a ridiculous vert.
Right.
We saw that a lot, and of course, that's really good. But you want to see his ball handling improve for many, many reasons. But yeah,
And of course,
uh,
the last thing is the injury with Malcolm Brogdon. He got to stay healthy. Besides that,
yeah,
y'all contenders. Next team
yeah.
is what?
And I
Next
feel
team.
like we can say health for most teams. Let's avoid it for the teams where it's in the past not been a problem. As we're moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had their
Oh,
season
I want to go
killed by
first.
injuries last year. Yeah,
So
you go ahead. Have
Cleveland,
at
my
it.
boys. Cleveland, my boys. Of y'all are contenders. Y'all got the best
Mm-hmm.
backcourt in the East. Y'all got the best backcourt in the East. I was going back and forth with my friends and with Alex and a couple of people about who's a better backcourt, Trae Young and DeJounte or Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. It's Cleveland. It's low-key not close either. Just because um, we've seen Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland play off the ball in their respective roles, and they are both good scorers, like dynamic, elite offensive output.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can hit me with, well, they're undersized. That's true. And how they're going to play defense. Donovan, when he wants to play defense, like if he gets 10% of defense, he's a net average defender, so it's okay.
Also,
And then you still
can I
got
point out?
shoot. Go ahead.
Sorry. Um, he also has a 7 foot reach, so
Yeah.
it's not like he actually plays defense like he's 6'1", because a
Mhm.
lot of that once again is mitigated by his insanely long arms. But yeah,
Right.
go ahead.
Exactly. Long arms, long wingspan, and you're athletic, so the athleticism will play a part
Mm-hmm.
into it. And another reason why y'all are contenders is because even if you do hit me with their backcourt is so small, it's okay because you damn near have a generational defense in the front court with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen,
Mm-hmm.
where like teams are slowly coming back to okay, we can't like I want to point this out again. Me and my friend had this conversation. Me and my friend said a lot of teams are going away from the Warriors basketball where we can play small, and they're realizing no, they can't play small because they don't have the Warriors lineups that the Warriors can come out with. Now they're going back
Yeah,
to what Cleveland did last year. Cleveland ran three bigs and it worked out really well. Injuries just hurt them.
until they got injured.
But
So
the
I'm
last thing real quick, the last thing that's
yeah.
I see y'all being good contenders is because y'all have a good bench. Ricky Rubio's coming back. He's going to miss half of the season, but he's coming back. Kevin Love and Karis LeVert coming off the bench. You got a good bench. You can go 8 deep. There you go.
Yeah, 8 deep in the playoffs, more than that in the regular season.
Exactly.
You pretty much said exactly what I want to say. They're content. They were already like going into the season, in my opinion, like almost contenders. You add an All NBA player, you're going to be a contender. Now, I don't know how it's going to work out with spacing because Isaac Okoro isn't that good of a shooter. He can guard, but he's not a good shooter, of course. And Evan Mobley's three ball isn't quite there yet. Jared Allen, no. So I'm interested to see how that'll work, but I think they'll be able to figure it out. You got two knockdown shooters at the guard positions. So
And dare me to say that Cleveland was a wing or another ball handler / shot creator away from the like a play, like actually making the play and then making the deep run in the playoffs.
mhm.
But that's just me.
So yeah, of course, what's holding them back? What I just said, spacing could, and of course, health. Isaac, I need him.
Corner three. If he hits a corner three, they're great.
They need him to. They need him to figure out how the fuck to hit
Play
it.
offense.
Well, not how the fuck. Not like he can't shoot, but he needs to be a better shooter.
He's one tier above Matisse Thybulle.
Okay, calm. Matisse Thybulle is literal shit at shooting, but I see what you mean.
There.
But yeah, that's about all I have to say about them.
Yeah, they got a bright future. They're
They
going to be
got a
contenders
really good
for
future.
a long time.
Yeah. And speaking of Matisse Thybulle, we move on to his team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is their year. They only have one shot at this for an NBA championship, and it's this year.
I wouldn't say one shot, but this is this is probably their best opportunity since probably ever.
They got to
Since
get it done
Embiid
this
has
year,
been
though.
there.
They got to
Surely.
get it done.
I mean, yes, I lied. They had the Jimmy Butler, the big four, but
Exactly.
you also had Kawhi going on one of the greatest playoff runs ever seen. So, which bear in mind, that was my introduction to basketball, like the NBA. So that's why I'm a Kawhi fan. Like I love Kawhi for that reason. Anyway, off topic. Philly, Embiid is MVP caliber. So I'm gonna put them in contender.
Sound like you hesitated because of that. Sound like you hesitated.
Well, the thing, we've already put 3 fucking teams in contender in the East.
Okay.
So I think Embiid he plays 65 games. They're easy top 4, top 5 in the East. Easily. You got Harden, who looks like he's in really good shape. Embiid is Embiid. And then it's not like they fixed their depth, but that was a huge problem they had. I really love, I've talked about it so many times. I love the DeAnthony Melton trade. And Denwell House he'll fit.
3-point shooter, play defense.
Yeah. He can kind of guard. And then who's the last guy PJ Tucker.
We know what PJ Tucker is. Yeah.
Yeah, we all know what PJ Tucker is. Yeah, of course. So, and also I was reading things. They are gonna play not PJ. how am I blanking? Tobias Harris. They are going to play him at the 3 most likely.
Mm.
That's what reports are saying.
Talking
Which
about the
I don't hate.
Sixers real quick. They
Yeah.
signed Montrezl Harrell just for the regular season, so
Hmm.
that was a good pickup.
I
That was a good
completely
pickup.
forgot.
That
Forgot.
was a good pickup because
Yeah.
he's not playing. He's not playing playoff basketball, but for
No,
regular
he's not going to.
season, he's solid. Solid pickup.
So maybe, hopefully, Embiid doesn't get injured and doesn't have to play 40 minutes a game in the
Exactly.
regular season. So that's good on them.
I
Yeah,
got them as
they're
pretenders though, but
pretenders.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Even though Embiid is great, even though James Harden is good, I don't think nobody will show up on that team when it comes to like it's time to go. We know what PJ Tucker is, and if you're saying, well, actually they will because PJ Tucker is good, I'm not saying that. Like PJ
PJ Tucker
Tucker,
is not going to single-handedly make you a fucking contender.
I don't know. He can.
No, he's a good
And
piece, but
he's a good
he's not
piece.
going to make or break your season.
I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why because on our next team. But
Wait, I'm not
anyway,
wrong in the way that I'm saying it. I know, like, it sounds like it's like, oh, because he can be an X factor in your season, but he's not
exactly. Yeah.
like,
He's not
yeah,
moving a needle from you being a championship to not. I know what you're saying, but
yeah, that's more what I mean.
I see them as pretenders because of the way they're going to play. They're I don't like their coaching. Um,
Me too.
I don't like their coaching. I feel like I know what I'm going to get, and when I can lock on that for like up to 7 games in a 7 game series, I feel like they're going to be easier to beat than people think. Matisse Thybulle really
Hmm.
can't play minutes. The Anthony Melton's the Matisse Thybulle replacement, so like there's no point in keeping Matisse Thybulle. Tobias Harris is okay on offense, but how do we trust him as being a third option and stepping up in the big time moments?
Yeah,
And um,
they their biggest struggle, in my opinion, is going to be their depth, just because they've got 3.5 good players, like really good players,
mm,
in the Maxi Harris, Embiid, and Harden. But what else do they have? PJ Tucker and Montrezl Harrell for the regular season,
it's cool.
and and Anthony Melton. That's about it. So they still have their depth struggles. I think they'll be fine in the regular season. It is just how will they show up in the playoffs? And I think they can do it. But
I don't know. I don't like the track record of their 2 best players in the playoffs.
okay. Well,
Um,
I
and
swear
to be
Embiid has
fair,
never been healthy for a playoff run, but also he's never been healthy for a playoff run. So
exactly. So that, and to be fair with
his
Harden,
is more health rather than just actually playing well.
right. And for Harden, it's the Warriors, but he has multiple choke jobs. But besides that, I just don't feel like I think I've seen the ceiling of the Sixers already, and I felt like that
I
ceiling was.
disagree.
Mm,
I disagree that we've seen the ceiling, but
who did the Sixers face last season in the
I think
playoffs?
it is the worst. I think it is the worst possible. Sorry, someone just decided to fucking call me. Let me draw on do not disturb. But
Alex, got a
I,
question real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Who was who did the Sixers play last year in the playoffs?
They played the Raptors, and then they got beaten by the Heat.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in perspective. You were
Yeah,
supposed to sweep the Raptors. You were supposed to sweep the Raptors. You went to 6. You almost went to 7 against the Raptors.
yeah.
The Heat beat you. You're supposed to beat the Heat. They
Yeah.
dogged you. They dog. You have
Well,
an You have an MVP caliber player, and Bam out about you 8, 8.
mhm. So what I'm thinking is I feel like a lot of other years they could do it, but the league is so fucking stacked. It's ridiculous. So I don't think they'll end up winning. They have a damn good chance, but I don't know if they will.
I'll say this. I have the Heat contenders and I have the Philadelphia 76ers pretenders.
Okay.
And I think the Heat is the next team.
Yeah, we can talk about them next. I had the Hawks, but we'll do the Hawks after.
I have the Heat contenders because at this point, Jimmy Butler, he's him. He's him when it comes to playoffs. What I mean him is because the stuff he does. Of course,
He's ridiculous.
Of course, they didn't get Donovan Mitchell, and if they got Donovan Mitchell, I would have had them low key favorites. But
I would have had them absolutely no question contender. But
I have them contenders just because of Eric Spoelstra's coaching, and this is the reason why I don't have Philly as contenders, and I have Heat as contenders. The coaching is a big gap from Doc Rivers to Eric Spoelstra, and the player is not. And when I mean the player is not, of course, people is going to say Jimmy Butler is no. Of course, Embiid is better than Jimmy Butler. Of course, everybody knows that. Even Jimmy knows that. But what I can say about Jimmy is this man steps up to a different level in the playoffs. Like he's going out swinging. Like he's going out swinging he doesn't have to have the best roster, but he's going to play amazingly to go out swinging. Like he's going to go out swinging. One thing is they miss shot creation. Tyler Hero is going to be healthy, even though Tyler Hero didn't play that well. But I feel like if they had Tyler Hero in that Celtics series in their last game, they would have beat the Celtics. But
I feel like there's a lot of things in that series. Both teams were pretty beat up in general. Just in general, once again.
right.
I've got I don't see it. Yes, Jimmy Butler is him, but they've only gotten worse from last season, in my opinion.
They did, but they got worse from one player. And I feel like he can be replaced.
They didn't replace him.
I feel like they got somebody on our roster can replace him.
I think it's possible, but I think it's the same thing with the Bulls where they've kind of stagnated while everyone else has gotten better. That's why I don't see them as a contender.
I got a question because I think Tyler Hero's his third year in the league. I think it's his third or fourth. Either or. Let's see, because the concept of people taking jumps, it's usually between that first and 4 years in the league where they keep taking jumps, and basically the fourth year we know what they are. If somehow Tyler Hero takes let's say he averaged 20 this season, 6th man of the year, 25, 24-point jump, all-star type, like a low-level all-star type player. Does that change?
Contender. Yes.
Okay.
But I feel like last year, as good as he was, I don't think he gets that much better. Because I don't know, I just don't see how.
If he becomes a competent, like not a net negative defender, so he could defend at an okay level, like I said about Donovan. If
That's
he becomes
a story.
Right, and I don't think he is because Donovan's athletic when he's and stuff like that. But if they don't need to hide Tyler Hero on defense, does that change your thing if they don't have to hide Tyler?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but that's a big if, and I don't think that'll happen.
Oladipo can cover for Tyler though.
I want to see Oladipo back. I think they're very similar. Like I have them in a very similar spot with Philly. Not the reasoning behind it, but like where I put them. I don't think they'll quite be it. For the reasons I just said. Good to move on?
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. And Atlanta Hawks made the first big trade of this season, in acquiring DeJounte Murray for 3 picks. I'm just gonna point out real quick. I don't think they'll be contenders quite yet. I think this is gonna be more of a year of DeJounte and Trae Young figuring out how the fuck they're gonna play with each other. So, because honestly, it is. I love the Hawks players. I genuinely really like pretty much every single one of their players. I just there's a very high chance that they can't gel together. That Trae and DeJounte can't gel together, and it kind of all goes to shit.
Right.
I think there's a very, very good chance, not good, but the chance is
Bigger
it's
than
a real chance that
right.
could happen. So, really, their X factor is that fit.
For me, their X factor of them, because I think we both agree they're not contenders. Their X
Yeah,
factor to become a contender is how good that backcourt can be.
yeah,
Will Trae
it's
Young try on defense, and how good can DeJounte Murray next jump be?
yeah. So it is really just that one's just all on fit. I think we have talked about the Hawks enough to where we both kind of are at a consensus, but it's just all on that fit. Now, I had a take. I don't know if I said it on the pod, but if Clint Capella doesn't get back to his old self, because last season he did struggle a bit. It wasn't as good as he normally is. If
Correct.
he struggles more than if he's the same, do they trade him? Because they do have Okongwu, and backup center is the most replaceable position or role in the league or in basketball.
Who will pick him up? That's
I
the
don't know.
question you gotta ask. Because
That's a,
off the top of my head, I don't see a lot of people needing like
yeah.
Capella right now.
I think yes, and I feel like they'd trade him for like a backup center and some more depth. Maybe.
What
I don't
team
know.
needs a Clint
Or if
Capella though?
I don't know. And that's something that would be a midseason move, so we'd have a better idea by then.
Right.
So I'm just thinking that doesn't happen then because you can't play Okongwu and Capella together. That
No, you
just
can't.
doesn't work. It's just
Space
not going to
purposes.
work. Yeah. But both of them were good players and feel like they could end up not getting in each other's way, getting in each other's way, but yes, it's good to have both those options, but I don't see why you would want to have two. If you can cash in on one of them, specifically Clint Capella, and get something that you really need.
Right. Cash on Clint Capella because Okongwu has shown that, like in his flashes, he's shown to be really, really good,
Yeah.
and he can do what Clint Capella do on a cheaper deal with like better athleticism at this point.
Yeah. And let me just point out, I really think the value of Clint Capella's deal is really good. But it's a rookie fucking contract. So, yeah.
All right.
Wait,
And the final team is the
now that there's two more
okay, two
in
more.
the East, let's start like graze over the Raptors real quick. We're both on a consensus not pretender, but like I don't see them doing it. Scott, as good as Scotty is, and I do believe he'll improve, they don't quite have it for me. They don't have the guard depth, in my opinion.
They don't have that person that puts them over the top.
Exactly.
and I feel like you need that. They have a well-rounded
It's very
team.
hard. It's very hard to win a championship when you don't have a superstar on your team. They don't have one. So
They're in that DeMar DeRozan Kyle Lowry phase right now, but it's just with Pascal Siakam and Kyle Lowry. No, with Pascal
yeah,
Siakam and Fred VanVleet.
yep.
But that's
Let
why you get
me
Scotty Barnes.
yeah. Let me. I'm trying to see my phone charging now. There we go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that I agree on that front. Um, yeah, they just excuse me, excuse me, need something to put them over the edge. I don't know what it'll be, but I do think that's a good point to make. We good to go on to Brooklyn?
Yeah, we can go on Brooklyn.
Yeah. Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I have them down. They're just straight up the biggest question mark there is, because there's a real chance, a very real chance that Kyrie and KD just don't put in that much effort. But there's also like, I feel like pride wise, they could put in the effort and they've got a better team around them. So something about them to me just screams second round exit. I don't know what, because they got a good team. But something about them screams second round exit to me. I don't know if it's the coaching or like the
It's
lack of defense.
it's the lack of defense, it's the coaching, and then it's the personalities.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a this is about this is about to age terribly what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it. I would love if Brooklyn puts Ben Simmons at the center spot,
Me too. We both agree on that front.
but he's not good at center though. Sadly, he's a good perimeter defender, but he's not a rim protector. He will get eaten up by the Joel Embiid's Valanciunas of the world.
Yeah,
Um,
when you struggle against a guy like Jonas Valanciunas, uh, get completely demolished on the boards by most players, that's when it's a because no one on that team
it's
or in the
guarding any
league can
center.
really defend Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic or guys like that. No one's defending that. I hate when people say like, "Oh, how's it? He's gonna get eaten alive by Embiid." Yeah, everyone does. Everyone on that team will too. But
Will Ben Simmons get eaten alive by Bam Adebayo?
stylistically, just because of the styles and shit, and like they're the same height, like they're relatively similar in
Exactly.
size. So I feel like that's a fair one. And I think I brought up Pascal Siakam. I think that's also a fair point. But
Do you
I don't know.
think if Bam can play center, Ben can play center?
Yeah,
No,
Bam is much bigger, and
by 25 pounds.
yeah, but it's very much enough. 25 pounds is a lot, my dude.
Right, but Ben Simmons is also like laterally quicker. Um, is a
But he's a
better.
much worse interior defender.
Hmm, do you think he can? And that's why I say this might age badly. Do you think he can do what Ben? No, do you think Ben Simmons can do what Bam Adebayo does on defense in spurts? In spurts, not for a whole game.
In spurts, sure. I do still want to see him at center because
If
as
I
much
see
as
a
I do
club,
like Nick Claxton, I don't think you can play them really that much at the same time.
you can't at
So,
all. Spacing is crucified. I'll just say
mhm.
this. I'll say this. At the end of a game, in clutch situations, I would not mind to see a lineup of Kyrie, Seth Harris. I said Seth Harris, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, KD, and Ben Simmons.
I wouldn't hate that either.
Because how are you going to guard that? And some dummy is going to say, Ben Simmons can't shoot, so back off of Ben. If Ben gets the rebound, he's ripping it off the court. The transition will be the most deadliest transition you'll probably ever see.
Yeah, that's that. And yeah,
KD is not a bad defender either.
No. And with Kyrie, they take turns better. He'll be able to put a little bit more energy into defense too. Yeah. Anyway, that's really all the teams. I think we're both still. They're not a contender to you either. They're like a B tier contender to you.
If Ben Simmons plays center and he's like somewhat good at it, if he's on like a Bam level, which is hard because Bam is like, for me, he's like a top 4 center for me.
Well, if he's on a Bam level, that's a completely different story.
If he's better than like Miles Turner, Robert Williams in spurts, I'm just talking about spurts, not for the whole game. You will have a chance to go deep because closing lineups, a lot of teams won't like to see a point guard at center whose vision is like Ben Simmons in the open court.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could put TJ Warren in, replace him with Joe Harris. If you want
I completely fucking forgot that TJ Warren.
I like that a lot better. I
like Warren off the bench just for some bench scoring as a 6 man. I like that personally, but
closing hours, I'll take TJ Warren on the court just because he's bigger. He'll be a better defender than Joe Harris.
Yeah. Well, they've got Royce O'Neal.
There you go.
Yeah. And honestly, you could try to trade Joe Harris if you want to.
So you close the lineup, like if you need defense but want to keep heavy offense.
They have a good ass lineup. I don't know why. Something about them scream second round exit.
It's the personalities, and you need to be because the consistency is the thing. But if let's say if I'm trying to win closing lineups and I want to like do something that teams can't match, Kyrie, Seth, O'Neal, KD, and Ben. I actually like that lineup. I like that lineup.
Me too.
That's 5.
Me too, yeah.
Because Royce O'Neal don't have to guard power forwards. Because in Utah, he was doing that. He was guarding power forwards. You want to just have to guard wings.
Much more versatile than I think he's given credit for.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that lineup. I like that closing lineup. All right, we spent a little bit too much time on the Nets, but yeah, I like that. If they do that and that works, I could put them in contenders. If that works.
All right. So, just by the way, I would want to keep this one shorter, so we can do. If you want to do part 2 in a couple days, and actually a couple days, not say a couple days, and it ends up being next week.
Yeah, we can do it.
We'll do the Western Conference in the next one. Sorry, we're both fucking tired. It's Friday night. Well, technically Saturday morning.
Exactly.
It's late.
The last thing.
This should be out by Sunday.
I'll have it out by Sunday.
It should be out by Sunday. Oh, let me bring up real quick. Okay. So we're thinking of doing we're trying to do a fantasy basketball league. If you're interested, I don't think would you want to put money in it?
I would. You know what? I'll put the pot in. I'll put it in.
I would like to, but if that's like a drawback for people, we don't have to.
I'll pay for the pot.
You're not paying for all that. No, I was thinking like put in $5 each and then.
Well, it's $100 pot.
How much do you think? But
$5.
It's a 10-person league, man. It'd be a 10-person league. Do you know how to do math?
Yeah, shut up. Don't talk to me.
It'd
Anyways,
be,
go ahead.
but yeah. If we'll figure that out when we get there. But DM, I actually preferably me on Twitter. That one fan _13, that THATON is in Nancy, EFAN _13.
Big up, think you high as hell right now, dog.
I'm not. I don't.
I'll put it all in the description. I'll put it all in the description,
Yeah, on
bro. Don't worry
YouTube.
about it.
Are you able to?
Yes, I can.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. I forgot how Spotify works.
I just put it all in the description.
Yeah, DM me on that or Dan. It's up to you.
Preferably him because he's him.
I also need followers but yeah. But yeah, DM me if you're interested. I think we got 4, right?
Yeah, we got 4 or 5.
So we just need 6 more. And yeah. Well, last year I did a 14-person league that was actually really fun.
14-person.
And it really tests the depths of your NBA knowledge. Like that.
All I know is Colin Sexton about to beat mine. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, the problem is with scoring, they do give you like a certain amount of points for like if you're inefficient, you're not going to get as many points. I do know.
He's going to stop him.
You're going to be efficient.
He's going to be efficient. Who's going to stop him? He's going to take 30 shots and shoot 50 and make 15 of them. Who's going to stop him?
He might make. I love Colin Sexton. He might make 11 or 12. You realize they have 0 spacing. They're going to have no spacing.
They got Mike Conley.
He's going to be gone.
Clarkson. Bojan Bogdanovic.
Everyone could be gone. Do you think Jordan Clarkson can shoot?
He can shoot mid-ranges. He can create from the mid-range area.
He's not a floor spacer.
That's true. They got Bojan. Stanley Johnson. Let me stop.
Bro. Nah.
I would convince myself to be actually high on the Jazz now. OG Abaji. Stop it. OG Abaji. You got that burner.
I'm interested in that. But yeah, anyway, DM either of us, preferably me if you're interested. But yeah, that's about it.
This was a shorter podcast. This was a shorter episode because we're tired.
Both fucking tired as shit. I've work tomorrow. Oh my god.
They about to get a behind the scenes cut right now, bro.
Well, yeah. Thursday night was night 1 of Stevie Nicks. Okay. So that was packed and way too many fucking people. Saturday night is also Stevie Nicks.
Going back to back. Okay.
Well, one night in between. Like, is it a fun concert? And I was put at the best gate to watch the concert. Like, I could see everything, which is sick. But too many people. That was something else. Anyway, that's that.
This concludes another episode of the GTR podcast. I don't know why I said that. I never said that at the end of a show. But
you never said that before. But yeah,
make sure
rate it on Spotify. Follow both of us on Twitter, and part 2 should be coming soon.
It will be coming soon.
Cool. All right. Peace out.
Yeah. We see ya. Thank you for listening.